everyone, HuskeyNinja here, and I thought today I would start something to help you guys out. As I've noticed, quite a few people are still new to Weiss Schwarz, or is the fact they've just discovered it, and they're like, what's this card? What's that card? So I figured, for those of you who may be new to Weiss Schwarz, or you haven't played for a good while, that I'd do a few videos just looking over some cards and some examples. But today, I'm going to be talking about what is Weiss Schwarz. Weiss Schwarz is a TCG made by Bushiroad, the same people behind Vanguard and Buddy Fight. And it is essentially, the best way I can put it is, have you ever said to someone, I wonder it'd be like if this anime and this anime had a head-on-head. See which anime is better. Or you just want to showcase an anime you love in a card game. The answer to that is Weiss Schwarz. For me, I wasn't really into card games. The last card game I played quite a lot, even just casually, was Yu-Gi-Oh! Back when I was in middle school. And around the time Yu-Gi-Oh! GX came out, I stopped playing. Because I could already tell Yu-Gi-Oh! Was starting to go downhill in terms of player enjoyability. And for years, I didn't play a card game. That was until I entered a magazine prize draw. Now, this was around the time that Weiss Schwarz English had just released Love Live Sunshine and the first Bang Dream English trial deck. So I entered the prize draw, and I won. And I got sent a message of, hey, you won that prize draw. Which one would you like, Bang Dream or Love Live Sunshine? Now, at the time, I was currently in the middle of watching season 1 of Love Live Sunshine. And so, naturally, that's the one I chose. It is the first trial deck for Love Live Sunshine. So it's like the Midsummer Aquarium cards. But it introduced me to Weiss Schwarz. So, me and my husband, we split the deck. So we had 25 cards total each, 4 climax cards each, made sure it's all equal. We went on to YouTube because we couldn't understand the how to play booklet, and we found YouTube videos explaining how to play Weiss Schwarz. So we learned from there, and over time it's just become my to-go-to card game. I've lost track of the amount of decks I've got, as is natural. Some decks have even got, like, expansion decks as well. Series people never thought would come to our card game have come to Weiss Schwarz. Whether it be Japanese or English, or most recently some in Chinese. But it's just awesome to see the amount of series that are coming to Weiss Schwarz. And as a whole, the player base is a lot more wholesome and caring than any other card game community. So Weiss Schwarz as a whole, it's a fun, equal community. Regardless if you've played for ages or you're brand new, everyone's treated equal. And over time, more and more series have come. I remember when people kept like, oh, what's the next English exclusive set that's going to come out? And I kept saying, you'll watch, one of these days, Ruby will come to Weiss Schwarz. And everyone's just like, no, that'll never happen. It's too niche. And people are like, it's not that popular enough to come to English Weiss Schwarz. But then, lo and behold, it came to Weiss Schwarz. with the base set being volumes 1 to 3, the premium booster being volume 4. So a lot of sets come, and it's like, that wasn't even on my bingo card for a set to come to this game. Or, oh, I didn't know that series had a set. So it brings a lot of anime fans to Weiss Schwarz. Also brings people who aren't typically anime fans to a card game. As well as those who thought, I would never play a card game. It's too geeky or nerdy to play. But Weiss Schwarz, it breaks that mold. It's like, I never thought I'd be here on YouTube making content on Weiss Schwarz without seeing all the amazing videos fellow Weiss Schwarz creators have made. From card news, looking at ban lists, deck overviews, match videos, tournament commentary, talk about like what sets need to be improved on, what sets are doing well. It just feels like it's a group of friends getting together, talking about something they all enjoy. And that is essentially Weiss Schwarz. Even if they're not actually friends of yours, it feels like you're talking and hanging out with friends. Even when you're watching videos, it feels the same way. Unlike other card games like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic the Gathering, and so many others, Weiss Schwarz is very beginner friendly. It's also really friendly if you haven't played for a while. The only things that really change are like climax combos, some abilities here or there. Whenever they add a new trigger icon to the climax cards, that's what that really changes. But unlike other card games where it's like, with Pokemon, where it's like, oh, Pokemon cards with this letter, you can't play anymore. It's like, but I just got those last week. Well, what do you mean I can't play them now? Or I just got those cards last month. To Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you can lose to your opponent turn 1. And Magic the Gathering where there's so many times where you can't play anything at all because you can't get the mana cards onto your playmat. I also find Shadowverse hard to get into. I gave it a try. I can't get into it. With Weiss Schwarz, it just feels natural as gameplay. You know, right of, oh no, I'm gonna deck out, I'm gonna lose. You don't have that problem with Weiss Schwarz. You don't have that fear of, am I gonna deck out? What do I do? You don't have that worry whatsoever. And just playing with the cards as well is a lot of fun. Even collecting them is fun. So there's something there for everyone with Weiss Schwarz. You can have quick games. You can have ones where it's like, you think one person wins, but the other person wins instead. You can also have ones where it's so neck and neck because it's like several turns where they're each canceling each other's damage for a few rounds, and then finally one of them can't cancel it anymore, and then the whole room just goes oof. So Weiss Schwarz, you'll find a lot of almost like how you see people watch sports happen with people watching Weiss Schwarz matches. I've had it happen with games I play, from like a quick game because someone's deck is a lot better built than mine, to the neck and neck, keep canceling each other's damage. Clocks also got the same amount of cards in as well. You're both at the same level. And it's just a lot of fun that you never know what you're going to get game to game. Or even on a given day how something will go. And I also feel like the Weiss Schwarz band lists in English and for the Japanese set are very fair. Especially with how often they do happen. It's not like an infamous case with Yu-Gi-Oh! Of it happened the day of the tournament, they had a ban list, and yet so many players rushed to go get new cards to replace the ones that were banned from their decks while they were at that tournament. Because they had no prior knowledge or information of a ban list. It was announced that day while everyone was signing in. I'm so glad with Weiss Schwarz and all Bushiroad games, the ban lists aren't that nuts. It's just, oh, this combo is being used a lot. It's slightly overpowered. Or we're seeing too much of this combo. That's becoming heavily reliant on this combo with people building their decks. So let's restrict some of the cards so they can look into some of the other cards that could do that job or better. So I understand from that standpoint with a lot of the ban lists where it's like restricted to X amount of copies of any of these cards. So that I understand completely. But I also know Weiss Schwarz may not be for everyone. But those of you who are on the fence, I do recommend give it a try. You may never know unless you try. So with this video series, my main aim is to basically look at things from what is a character card, what's an event card, and what's a climax card. And break it down with some examples. This is basically the intro video of what is Weiss Schwarz. I do hope the series will help you guys out. But also, please don't be afraid to watch match videos here on my channel, which shows some of the gameplay over webcam, as well as over the Weiss Schwarz simulator, which is an amazing fan-made creation. So I highly recommend you guys check all those videos out. I also have deck overviews so you can see how some decks are built as well. And you may find like some sets have less cards in English than they do in JEP. So it may be like a case of that set's available in both, but one may have more cards than the other. As well as some sets are just exclusively for English. So I hope you guys stay tuned for all my what is Weiss Schwarz related content. So without further ado, I hope you have a wonderful day. Please don't forget me a like and a subscribe. Hit the bell icon so you're notified whenever I post. Make sure restriction mode is off as YouTube hides videos that way. And please feel free to check out the rest of the videos here. Until next time, bye everyone!